and welcome to Letty Does Playing Lone Wolf, The Huntress, Book 3, Echoes of Eternity, Part 9. So I filmed parts 7 through 10 of this Let's Play all in one go, and this clip that you're watching marks the beginning of Part 9. If you haven't seen Part 8 yet, you can find that in this video's PeerTube description. Let's get started! Oh, that sucks. Alright. Well, things are just so complicated. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die so many times. No, 72 and 92. What did I say? Seventy. 97. What was I saying? Oh, that's so upsetting. Oh, I can't believe it. I messed it up. Amulet active. Okay. I turned to the correct page, I just didn't write it down. You reach a path made of wooden planks set between lines of metal. It reminds you of something you saw once in the mining town of Ruinon. There, workers laid wooden boards down to allow minecarts to roll along the tunnels more smoothly, and though this is of a far more sophisticated nature, you believe it may be for the same purpose. Your suspicions are confirmed when you come across a minecart sitting on the track ahead. Two others rest on two identical tracks, all of them aiming down a steep decline. A lever inside each cart is the only clue as to operating it. You hear footsteps as four thin figures round the corner. You cannot make out their features, but you do see there is something wrong with their heads. They have spikes coming out of them. The sight sickens you, and the way they come running at you like dogs makes you feel like the prey of a pack of starved animals. There is no time for a better plan. You leap inside one of the carts and yank the lever. Note which of the three carts you choose, rusted metal, old wood, or solid stone, turn to 142. Are these the carts? Are these in order? So is this rusted metal, old wood, and is this solid stone? Okay. I don't really like how close together the wheels of the stone one is. That's suspicious, right? I like the wheels of this one. This one has mismatched wheels, I think. Is there supposed to be... Is this luck, or am I supposed to be able to pick something correctly? Is this a puzzle? What am I looking for? Okay, well, the metal one is in the front. So that's good, right? Rusted metal, old wooden, or solid stone. What am I doing? Okay. Let's pick metal. Maybe I should go for the wood. Or maybe they're going this way. I don't know. I don't know. Let's do the metal. Okay, whatever. Hopefully that's not a bad thing. It does say it's rusted, but like, what? You pick the wood one and it's like, oh my god, you get tetanus. My kunai parasite will totally take care of that. With the lever released, your chosen cart begins to move on its own, gaining speed quickly until it is running along so fast that trying to leap out would dash you to jelly when you hit the rough tunnel walls. The light disappears and you continue to fly forward in darkness. A moment later, you see a beam shine on you from behind as the other two minecarts gain on you. Running on parallel tracks, bullseye lanterns held up by their riders. What the light shows you causes your knees to go weak. You are haphazardly racing across rickety wooden bridges which crisscross a bottomless shaft. If you chose to ride in the stone cart, turn to 104, otherwise turn to 189. I didn't! I'm gonna die now. I chose the middle one. Okay, well, that's fine. Just die again. It's okay. Behind you, there is the scream of metal. One of the minecart's lights goes out. The other, however, picks up speed until it pulls parallel with your own cart. Inside, you can now clearly see two of your pursuers, what Tavash called whisperers. They are skeletally thin, and each has a strange contraption covering most of their skull. Out of these helms stick needles and vials filled with gray fluid. Each of their smiling mouths are stitched haphazardly shut, and their eyes are rolled back in their heads, showing only whites. One is crouched, and you see the point of a spear rising on its back. The other stands, clutching an old wine bottle stuffed with a burning rag. If you have the packet of boom powder and wish to throw it, turn to 106. Otherwise, if you are in the metal cart, turn to 7. Or if you are in the wooden cart, turn to 220. Okay, well, I don't need to make a decision on what cart I am in because I do have a packet of boom powder. One packet of boom powder? And wish to throw it. Sure! Let's throw the packet of boom powder. Let's see if I'm able to when I go to the next page, and then I'll erase it from my thing. Unless it says otherwise. Not that I know why it would. You aim for the other cart and heft the packet of powder. It hits the whisperer in the chest and breaks open, the black powder going up in a cloud around him, a cloud that attracts his fire and blazes into an inferno moments later. The whisperer is lit up like a candle. His sewn-up mouth prevents him from screaming, but he swings around wildly in his pain, dropping the bottle, which breaks and explodes on the bottom of the cart, blasting it and its two occupants apart. Erase the packet of boom powder from your action chart and turn to 248. Okay. to this packet of boom powder for quite a while, actually, so that's pretty good. I'm using it now. Anyone needs some diamonds? I got some diamonds! The sheer triumph of still being alive is so distracting that you are caught off guard when the minecart comes to a jarring halt in front of a yawning metal furnace. Clamps lock the minecart in place, and half a second later, the entire section of track lifts fully vertical, throwing you into the black hole. A cascade of crystals soon join you as other carts arrive and dump their loads, pelting you with their sharp edges, making a sound like a monsoon as they ping off the metal. Many of the crystals glow with a soft white light, like dying stars illuminating your fall. Ahead, the funnel splits into two directions. You cannot tell what magic is making it happen, but certain crystals, the ones that glow, all pass down the left path. Do you throw yourself down the right path, turn to 115, or do you slide for the left path, turn to 93? Okay. Well... I know the glowing crystals are used within the city. So... Or no, those are called diamonds. Are the diamonds crystals? Is glowing a good thing? Oh, I forgot to update my EP. You silly little person. You only have one EP. That's what we're working with. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Okay, maybe the crystals are for the lights that I see. And I'm gonna get ground up. No, they say it's a furnace, right? Let's go down the left path. Let's follow the crystals. Right path. I don't know. Okay. I don't... Okay, let's just go down the left. I've come so far in order to die right now. You follow the glowing crystals down a long slide which sends you spiraling into a steel tunnel. The floor here moves on its own, driving even the crystals towards 10-foot tall stone blocks, which drop down one after after the other with crushing weight shaking the entire tunnel. The first in the row of crushers comes down and smashes a line of the crystals, cracking them open only an arm's length from you. You don't get to see inside as your attention is on the block. It rises up and clicks back in position, ready to fall again. You begin to sprint past it. Pick a number from the random number table. Add 1 for each of the following that you have. Exceptional awareness, brand of wisdom, lucky coin. If you have been here before, add 2. If the total is 3 or less, turn to 192. If the total is 4 or more, turn to 39. So, I have a lot of those things, right? I have exceptional awareness. I have the brand of wisdom. And I have the lucky coin. And I've never been here before, but you know. Roll on the cat. Oh, okay. Can I roll on the cat? Roll. Roll. Okay. Let's go with 6. I was trying to get it to the other side of her belly, but that wasn't happening. So, maybe if I just hold it here? Yes. It's hard to roll stuff when there's a big old cat in the way, but that's okay. I prefer her there than being very annoying. Well, my roll is already 6. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Boom, boom, crunch. There is a music to the pattern of the crushers, a meaning to their percussive beat. Crushers slam into the metal just behind you with a cry both of fear and acceleration. You throw yourself past 2 rising blocks, sliding under a third that has just started to lift. And then the metal road ends and you are falling again. It is only a short fall, for you hit a mound of brightly glowing gems. More fall on top of your head, along with a cascade of crystal dust. These gemstones must have been what was inside the crystals. But there also seems to be something inside the gemstones. Some of them have cracked open at the bottom of the mound. You slide down the pile to the stone floor, turn to 71. Mm-hmm. You stand in a grand station lit up like day by giant globes of light which hang from the unseen ceiling on immense chains. Gems rain down past them like falling stars, making piles taller than you are. Some crack as they hit the stone floor. You bend down and pull the 2 halves of one away to reveal a familiar egg, glistening with slime. You are now looking at what the citizens of Voltec call their medicine. Stone boots stomping against the floor announces the arrival of a 10-foot-tall golem chiseled into the shape of an oversized dwarven warrior. It pushes a minecart before it, loaded with large chunks of crystal, some of which contain the softly glowing gemstones. You take cover behind the nearest hill of gems and observe as the golem offloads its crystals into buckets which rise out of sight to feed the machine you just traversed. Then the golem moves to your pile and begins lifting gems into the now empty cart. Once full, it pushes this deeper into the cavern. You follow, keeping cover behind the gemstone hills until you come to a wider space, in the center of which is a gigantic pit. Cage lifts rise from its unseen depths. The golem joins several others, all of them moving around with mine carts full of either gemstones or crystals. The ones with gemstones load them onto the lifts, which carry them up a central shaft to unknown heights. Suddenly, a trumpet blares through the cavern with the urgency of alarm. The golems halt their work and, to your astonishment, crack down their middle and split open, revealing the huge masked speakers. They climb out of the stone suits and run for the lifts, leaping on and riding up. A moment later, you find out the cause of their flight. Turn to 167. They're piloting these things? So that means I can pilot it, right? I want to. Hello, creature. You are sleepy, huh? Man-sized insects are flooding the ancient station, waving scythe-like front arms and buzzing angrily through wiggling celeries. You try to count the numbers and lose track at 30. They swarm the station with the ferocity of hornets, knocking aside carts and piles of gems in their fury. One speaker is still struggling to remove himself from the golem when the insects reach him. They pull him from inside and rip him apart in a fury of rising and falling scythes. More of the insects are emerging out of a deep crack in the earth only 10 feet from you. You sprint for the lifts while all around you come the echoing hisses and shrieks of the creatures. They are everywhere, crawling out of cracks in the ceiling and walls, leaping out from behind clusters of crystals. Some give chase while others rear up on their hindmost legs and expel globs of mucus at you which sizzle as they strike the crystal stone floor. As you run past the fallen golem, you notice a large jewel pulsing the color of roses like a heartbeat. It lies grasped in the severed hand of the ill-fated speaker. Do you wish to try to collect the jewel? If so, turn to 131. Otherwise, you are close to the edge of the shaft, with the horde of insects close behind. A lift is rising towards you. Another is descending into the darkness. Jump on the lift heading up, turn to 108, or jump on the lift heading down, turn to 59. Okay. This is different than all the other things, right? Because it said that the other ones are filled with white stuff. And that's the medicine. And I don't need that because that's not actually medicine. It's a large jewel. This is going to kill me, isn't it? Do I do it? Bugs! No one told me there would be bugs! Do I have a slot? I do have a slot. I'm just picking up such random shit. Alright, well, I only have 1 EP anyway. Hopefully this will make it so that I can... Wait! Stop! What if you get into a fight with the bugs? Huh? What if I manage to get the crystal but I get into a fight with the bugs? Yeah. And then the bugs kill me. Ah! Do you think that's it? It's a big crystal, it says. Large jewel. I'm getting it. I don't know why I hesitate. I'm going to do it. I was always going to do it. It's... Why fight it? If I die, I die. Oh no! Oh no! I see something bad. Okay. Okay. Leaping over a glob of acid and sliding under a set of scything arms, you snatch the jewel from the bloody grip of its former owner. Add the red jewel to your action chart. The red jewel is a special item. And if ever you find another empty golem after this, you can turn 14 sections ahead if you wish to activate it. The new section will indicate you have entered the golem. You will not be prompted to do this, so make a note of this on your action chart. After this, you put a final burst of speed and sprint to the edge of the shaft. You have missed the first set of lifts and have to wait for the next to come in reach. You whip around as the insects close and cut down two that get within striking distance before a third hawks acidic spit straight at your chest. Pick a number from the random number table. If you have the art of cat's step, pick twice and keep either result. If you have a shield, you can choose to ignore the result, but then must erase the shield from your action chart. If you pick a 0 to 1, acid splashes across an arm you raise in defense, lose 6 endurance. If this would reduce you to 0 endurance, lower it to 1 instead. And from now on, you must subtract -2 from all combat ratios. Mark this under your endurance so you do not forget. If you pick a 2 to 4, acid strikes your backpack, destroying it and all of the items inside. If you have a leather satchel, it and its items are safe. If you pick a 5 to 9, you avoid getting struck by the acid. A moment later, the lifts are in range. Do you jump on the one headed up, turn to 108, or the one headed down, turn to 59? Oh no! Okay. Well, it's a special item. Red crystal? What did it want me to mark? Red jewel. I was just saying how cool it would be if I would get to maneuver one of the golems, and now I get the chance, but I might die. Well, I won't die. Apparently, I will get a severe punishment. Okay, first, let's roll on the cat. Let's see if we can make it over to the other side. We did. What did we get? That's an 8. Is 8 good? You're not struck by the acid! Yes! Oh, thank you. Now, what are we doing? Let's go down. I don't want to go up. I think they all went up. Ouch, why did I hiccup? Okay. Oh no, don't do this. Not now. Don't do this. I'm trying to. One moment. I'm trying to convince my body not to continue with the hiccups. Let's see if that worked. In the meantime, let's go to 59. I'm getting pretty far for a person that only has 1 EP. As I say that, I'm totally gonna die. Jump onto the lift as it passes, hitting your target with a metallic clang. The insects pause at the lip of the shaft, waving their arms and shuddering angrily, but they do not follow. You watch them as you descend swiftly into the pitch-black pit. Maybe it is your imagination, but you think they are backing away from the shaft. The descent continues for a long time. The air grows colder. The light of the room above completely vanishes, and you are left in darkness with only the clanking of the chains and the growing chill to tell you that you are still descending. Finally, you see a light glowing from below. A shadowy lake wallows at the bottom of the shaft, its shoreline marked by clusters of glowing crystals. The lift descends to the very edge of the lake, and you leap off with a splash, descending up your ankles in the freezing waters. Turn to 204. Clusters of glowing crystals? That's not good. That means the medicine, right? And then the words clusters mean it's like, I don't know. I don't like this implication. That's concerning. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but the word clusters is like, oh. Or maybe they just fell down from below. But it seems like they have a very efficient, like, operation going on. I can't imagine that that is the case. Once out of the freezing waters, you quickly put distance between yourself and the shore, heading for the only light you can find, an opening shining with the white glow of clusters of large crystals. It is strange to call something a cave when you are already underground, yet that is the best description of it. Crystals line its edge, giving it the impression of an open mouth with irregularly shaped teeth, filled with the surreal luminescence of twilight. After all the distance you have traveled, you think you must be coming to the very heart of the mountain. Yet, if so, it is a cold heart. No heat emanates from the cave, only the still chill of a tomb. Set outside the cave is an ancient dwarven campaigner's pack. Though there is no saying just how long the brown leather pack has sat abandoned down here, it is of fine make and still in decent repair. Inside, you find the following items of interest. Potion of Longspur. Restore 4 endurance when used after combat. Packet of Boom Powder. This backpack item can be used to add 1 shot to your bolt-action hand cannon if you have one. A swab hat? Gladius. This stabbing weapon counts as a sword. It is especially effective with a shield and adds +2 to your combat ratio when wielded alongside one. It has no slashing edge and cannot be used with the art of Sentashi. Equipment and ingredients for use in alchemy. If you have the art of alchemy, you may make a potion or poison now from your recipe list. You may also keep the campaigner's pack if you do not have a backpack. It is sized for a smaller person and only has 6 slots instead of 8. Cross out slots 7 and 8 on your action chart. A quake shakes the mountain and you are reminded that time, though repeating, still marches on, and so should you. Taking and lighting a torch from the side of the campaigner's pack, you head into the cave. You may use a healer's kit now. Turn to 25. This is important! Okay, there's a lot going on, so let's see what we can do here. First of all, the weapon, right? The Time Reaver is +1 combat ratio. It's saying this thing is +2 combat ratio. If wielded alongside a shield. Which I do still have because, again, I haven't used the dang Sun God's shield. And with that, that is the end of part 9. So I filmed parts 7 through 10 of this Let's Play all in one go, and this clip that you're watching marks the end of part 9. Stay tuned for part 10. That's all I got for you for now. Get out there, do all the stuff. See you next time. Bye!